The channel is called Time to Face the Changes. And this is from a few years back, her very first video, and I will link this below. She writes poetry, and she sees the changes. She's wide awake. Go over there and check her out. But this from 3 years ago, maybe 4, fits to the T what you're seeing on the television today.
Hey guys, this is my first attempt to read one of the poems I've written out loud. I'm really interested in spoken word poetry. I don't have this memorized because I wrote it last night at like 3 in the morning. But it's basically a poem about my complete and utter disdain for the media. And this poem is titled, Story of Grand Illusion. Once upon a time, sinister fellows ruled behind the scenes, and they were determined to deceive the people and keep them compliant by any means. To dictate the world with agendas backed by pockets with no ends, they needed the masses to hinge their opinions through the same restrictive lens. Bought and paid for, food for thought, propaganda legalized. They held the strings to the media outlets, and the sheep were hypnotized. Still some were awake and tried desperately to warn others, and it fell upon deaf ears. Somehow people were addicted to the division and perpetuated fears. Fed up and determined to get some real answers, there were some who started to dig. But what can a few pebbles do against 6 corporate mountains so big? Yet someone walked behind the green curtain to confront the haughty elite. With cackled laughter, they looked at the brave soul and said, "Why don't you take a seat? What is it that you aim to accomplish, to risk your life in this way? We have the power to erase anyone, you're just a suicide away. Don't think for yourself, just listen and obey. We would never lie to you. Besides, without CNN and NBC, what on earth would you do? If you walk outside and the sky is blue, remember, Anderson Cooper says it's pink. Just ignore the obvious bias, please. Just do anything but for yourself think. Don't question the story, the official story. Don't travel against the herds. The masses will yell, conspiracy and tinfoil. We should know because we coined the words. It's all a part of our master plan, don't you see? We realized what we could do. When millions won't ever question what we orchestrate, except for the lunatic few. The TV is our greatest weapon, and the people's greatest foe. When millions from the TV solely form their opinions on everything that they know. So run along now, get home from work, eat dinner, leave them dishes in the sink. Gather round that box in your living room so we can tell you exactly what to think. And should you start to say that 2 + 2 = 4, you would do well to remember it really equals 5. And to this narrative, you will sign over your free thoughts if you want to stay alive. He walked away sorrowful, realizing the full spectrum of evil and manipulation. He thought about the millions that would soon tune in to their favorite cable news station. What could he do when no one would listen to his one singular voice? To watch America buy the lies and propaganda, he ultimately had no choice. See, the story doesn't end too well because today the truth is still behind that same curtain. But we live in a world where most will never look because they believe that what they see on the news is certain. Thanks for listening.